Good morning, everyone. John McDermott here with the League of Uncommon Men podcast. Want to welcome you back on this chilly Friday morning. Today, I want to talk about why men like to fix things. So, here's what I put together for you today. And I know being a car guy all my life, this thinks back to when I had my first. Well, it really wasn't my first vehicle, but it was the first vehicle that I was able to drive that kind of felt like mine was a 1953 Willys Jeep that my dad bought for like $1,000 in, I don't know, 1985, 86 maybe. And it was a 3-speed transmission, so I got to learn how to drive a standard transmission with that vehicle, and got to work on it with my dad and one of his best friends. Um, that they were in the Knights of Columbus together, so there was a lot of fellowship between other men. And I'm in a group called the Order of Man, and there's a pretty large following. I listen to the podcast frequently. The guy that runs it, his name is Ryan Mickler, and he has they have a featured guest every week, and then he does an Ask Me Anything session with a man named Kip Sorensen, and then on Friday he has a Friday field note session that's strictly Ryan speaking, and there's a lot of good information, a lot of valuable information and tools that you can learn from going to the Order of Man podcast. So I just wanted to give him a plug this morning. I just got off a Zoom call with the group. I joined the internal group that costs a little bit of money, but I feel like the cost associated with that is, it's going to be a lot farther reaching than what I'm spending every month. So I just wanted to share that with you, and we'll go ahead and get into my information. Kind of went on a little tangent there. So why do men like to fix things? Men's tendency to enjoy fixing things can be attributed to a combination of biological, psychological, and societal factors. From a biological standpoint, men generally have higher levels of testosterone, which can contribute to their desire for hands-on activities and problem solving. This can manifest in their interest in fixing things, as it provides them with a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. Psychologically, men often have a natural inclination to solve problems and overcome challenges. Fixing things allows them to engage in problem solving activities, which can boost their self esteem and sense of competence. Additionally, the act of fixing things can provide a sense of control and mastery over their environment, which can be satisfying and empowering. Societal influences also play a large role in shaping men's interest in fixing things. These expectations can influence men's behavior and lead to a greater interest in fixing things as a way of fulfilling these gender roles. It is also important to note that not all men have a strong interest in fixing things, and individuals may have different preferences and interests regardless of their gender. Let's look into some of the psychological factors that can explain why men have a natural inclination to solve problems and overcome challenges. Number one, evolutionary psychology. Evolutionary psychology suggests that men have evolved to be problem solvers and risk takers due to the selective pressures of their ancestral environments. In hunter gatherer societies, men were often responsible for hunting, protecting the group, and providing resources. This required them to be skilled problem solvers and adaptive thinkers as they faced various challenges and obstacles in their daily lives. Socialization and gender roles. From a young age, Boys are often socialized to be independent, self-sufficient, and capable problem solvers. They are encouraged to explore and engage in activities that promote problem solving skills, such as building, fixing, and playing with mechanical objects. These early experiences can shape their cognitive and behavioral patterns, leading to a natural inclination to solve problems and overcome challenges. Cognitive factors. Research suggests that there may be cognitive differences between men and women that contribute to their problem solving abilities. Men tend to have a greater spatial and analytical reasoning ability, which can enhance their problem solving skills. These cognitive differences may be influenced by biological factors and hormonal influences. Achievement and competence. Men often derive a sense of achievement and competence from solving problems and overcoming challenges. The successful resolution of a problem can boost their self esteem, reinforce their sense of competence, and contribute to their overall well being. This positive reinforcement can further motivate men to seek out and engage in problem solving activities. These factors are generalizations and do not apply to all men. Individual differences, personal experiences, and cultural factors also play a significant role in shaping an individual's problem solving inclinations. So I just wanted to share that with you this morning. Hope that helps. Um, you can share this with other friends, family, wives, children. Um, it's kind of like dry bar comedy. I'm not one to swear or use bad language, and um, try to keep it professional. So that's really about all I have to share. Well, I was going to share this story. Um, when my daughter and I go out to eat or go see movies or plays or anything that we happen to do on my weekends, I'll always find some car, and that kind of happens in my job too, working for Walmart as a driver. Um, I'll see a car and I'm like, oh, that's a 1966 Pontiac GTO, or that's a '69 Chevy stepside pickup. So sorry. Um, with my daughter, I kind of do the same thing, and she's always amazed at how I know so much about just seeing a random car on the street, and I just know, oh, you know, that's this car. Like we saw, it was after dark, and there was a Rivian pickup truck following us, and I know how their headlights look, and I said that's a Rivian. I said I can't tell because it's dark. I said it's either a Rivian pickup or a Rivian SUV. And she was just blown away. And I'm like, well, when you're passionate about something, when something gets your attention, I feel like you do want to study it and research it and have the knowledge about something like that. And cars just happens to be my jam. That's my vibe. That, along with music and movies, self development, those are all things that I'm passionate about. And that's part of the reason I started this podcast, was to get my message out. And I hope it reaches you. Hope you have a great Friday and enjoy the weekend. We'll talk again soon.